Flight boss, bitch, you know, for sure. You're now listening to the Mind of an Antares Moon. I'm the Archangel Uriel, and I'm here to carry out God duties and motherfucking responsibilities. And right now, we're going to talk about the motherfucking Gemini Archetype. What's good to my motherfucking Geminis out there? So, you know, we're going to get into the motherfucking basic Gemini Archetype. Now, excuse me. Now, let's get into it. Now, what is Gemini? Gemini is mutable air. It's mutable. Now, we know mutable means being changeable, being adaptable. Woo! Y'all know I ain't good with this motherfucking English language, but y'all motherfucking Geminis out there, y'all help me out. Because I'm a Sagittarius moon. So, you know what I'm saying? Y'all motherfuckers help me out. You know what I'm saying? I might have put too many meanings behind what I'm trying to say, and it ain't come out right. You see what I'm saying? So y'all can help me out and put my words better. But right now, we're talking about the motherfucking mutable sign. So we know it's being adaptable and being changeable, being fluid. You know what I'm saying? I like to say that's the fluid, because you know the cardinal I like to say that's the gas of each element. I like to say that the fixed is the solid of each element. And I like to say the mutable is the fluid of each element. So whatever, if you're a mutable sign, whatever element you is, you're the fluid aspect of that. You know what I'm saying? So right here you have the fluid aspect of air. Air is the thinking and the communication. So right here with the thinking and the communication, right here you got you have a person who likes to be able to adapt to other people's ways of thinking and other people's ways of communication style. So this what makes Geminis be able to pick up other people's ways of communicating. So this what makes Geminis be able to dip in conversations, dive out of conversations, do all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they all over the place. You know what I'm saying? They could be in a conversation with you, be in a conversation with this person. It don't matter what you talking about. Even if they don't know what you're talking about, they still know how to talk about like they know what you're talking about. And they can finish your sentences and all that. So they real changeable and real adaptable when it comes to the thinking and the communication, because the air represents the thinking and the communication. Now, the basic archetype of Gemini right now is, well, there's no exaltation, but then you have Mercury. Mercury rules here. So as if you on the ecliptic and you are on the Earth, so you're part of Gaia, right? And then you came here in the form of the outlook of the Gemini, then off the back to the right of you going to be Mercury. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be Mercury. So right here, you feel like Mercury represents thinking, analyzing, communicating. Also, your nerve system, the first initial movement, that's your nerve. You know what I'm saying? Before it gets to point A to point B, what's causing you to do the point A? So point A is I want to look left. Boom. So point A to point B was when I actually looked left, but the actual idea that sparked the nerve for me to look left, that's Mercury. You know what I'm saying? That's why Mercury deals with the teeth and all that shit. So right here, Mercury is on the right side. It's home. You know what I'm saying? So I like to say Mercury is on the right side of the earth when it's home, when it's in Mercury. You know what I'm saying? So it loves to be here because it's able to think and communicate and analyze the form of communication, the form of thinking as it applies to humans, the form of analyzing, thinking, and all things air-like. What is air? Look at air. Air consumes, you know what I'm saying, and it absorbs, and it's like, and it goes in and out. So it's here and it's not there. So it's abstract. You know what I'm saying? Because you can feel it, but you can't see it. So this is why Geminis are good with their words. They can say something to make you feel, but you can't actually see the words. The words didn't actually come out their mouth and hit you, but they just so sharp with the words that they can say something to make you feel like that. You see what I'm saying? So Mercury on the right side, a lot of times Geminis feel like that's the right thing to do. That's the right thing to do. You know what I'm saying? Is to analyze, think, and communicate. You know what I'm saying? So even when they're in their feelings, or even when they're around other people who are in emotional funk, or other people who throw emotional weight around, if the home is Mercury, I'm talking about the basic archetype of Gemini. So it doesn't matter if you're a sun sign, aka earth sign Gemini, then it's important for you to know what's going on with your Mercury. Now, like I said, Mercury is home. Even if you don't have Mercury in Gemini, Mercury is home in Gemini. So it's just part of the basic archetype when explaining basic traits that Geminis play out, and it goes through all signs with their relatable signs. So when a planet is home, a planet is on the right side of the Earth. So right here, as it plays out through a Earth sign, aka Sun sign person that is a Gemini, then that's the basic archetype of Geminis. They feel like that's the righteous thing to do, is to communicate, think, analyze. They feel like that's the right thing to do. When people are down, they feel like it's the right thing to do is to talk about it. When they're going through things, they feel like the right thing to do is to talk about it. Depending on other planetary alignments, you got them introverted Geminis also, but they're doing the same thing with inside themselves. They think it's the right thing to do is to think about it to themselves or figure it out for themselves. Now, when we go to the left, we go to the what's left field is anytime a planet is away. Now, Jupiter is away here. So right here, Jupiter is experience. It's like, it's a beneficial, but it's gas. You know what I'm saying? So it deals more with benefiting the idea realm, because gas is the space realm, and the space realm is the spirit realm, and the spirit realm is tied to your ideas and how you think about things, and the kind of aura you're going to place around yourself with the things you keep your mind on. So what happens here is Jupiter, people think Jupiter is going to benefit them in the material. No, it gives you the right idea so you can stay optimistic towards that idea to actually extract something other than just the idea, but pertain your idea and work on your idea and have your idea manifest something physical. But Jupiter doesn't necessarily itself benefits in that way. It gives you the right mind state because it's wisdom, knowledge. It's how you learn in the space, time, and continuum you in right now. So right here, this on the left side. So where Geminis may want to experience a lot of certain things, a lot of times they may not take the time to experience, to gain wisdom, knowledge on one specific thing or a large variety of things, because a lot of times they may be too busy feeling like the right thing to do is to think and analyze everything. You see what I'm saying? So before they wrap their head around one thing, they're on to another thing, and it becomes many thoughts, because it's like the puzzle. So when you looking at a puzzle and trying to figure out a puzzle, the thought of this is what to do and this is a certain thing that we can do to figure out something, just the thought of that intrigues you. So there's many different words you can find. Other than Jupiter try to take one of them words and figure out why that word mean that in the first place before they even get to the other word. Then Jupiter will try to look at the whole crossword puzzle in general, like why are we using crossword puzzles, or try to make a puzzle within themselves and put meaning behind it. So you see, right here, it's like left field. Anytime Geminis come around somebody who try to add extra shit to shit, or think a little too hard, think a little too deep, too broad about shit, like without missing the certain details and the little facts about certain things, or why we even conversating about it in the first place. Shit like that, like aspirations and shit that you might not even could be able to do, but it's a good thought, but you expressing it like you actually might be able to do it. Shit like that, like, you know what I'm saying, that might become left field to a Gemini. You know what I'm saying? Now, because Geminis are crazy in their own right. So when you got all these aspirations and thoughts and stuff like that, you make it in Gemini think like, this person not even thinking right. So the Gemini would think to do something otherwise, left field from you. And then it becomes two different things, because what they think they may feel right to do, they may have to go left field from you. So it fuck you up in your head. You might think the Geminis being two different people, or they this way one day, then they this way the other way, when it's really they're basing their own actions based upon what you do. Because remind you, Gemini is still a mutable sign, and mutable is being adaptable and changeable with other people's thoughts and communications. So once they see the way you think, they probably know how you think better than how you think. So then when they start to think, and then by it being a sun sign, the sun is your actions, the way you act. When they put that into actions, it just may play off like you don't know what's going on. But once you start to think about it, you will. So, you know, that's when things go left field. You know what I'm saying? Now, the exaltation right here, like, there is no exaltation, so there is no actual there is no actual highest excitement for a Gemini. So right here, this what makes Geminis excited about everything. You know what I'm saying? Or not excited about everything. This what makes them indecisive. This what makes them get into relationships and then start to feel like they may be missing out some elsewhere, to the point that they want to dibble and dabble in a little bit of everything, because they don't have a pinpoint to a true expression of an exaltation, true expression of an all happiness. So they're here searching it. So a lot of times they may have to switch around and experience a lot of relationships, experience long times of maybe not having kids, or if they have kids, experience times, situations in their life where time's going to be called that you really have to get emotionally invested in your children, and you may not. You may become aloof for it. You know what I'm saying? Things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? So it may play out and stuff like that, but that's not with all Geminis, you know, just due to other planetary alignments. But I'm just saying that's how things can play out with the signs that have no exaltation to it, and have no fall to it. You know what I'm saying? Because it has no fall either, because Sagittarius is the opposite to Gemini, and Sagittarius doesn't have an exaltation, and Sagittarius doesn't have a fall. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's either here or there. And you know, now we're gonna get into wait, hold on, I'm gonna make sure I ain't missing nothing. Now yeah, I ain't missing nothing. So, you know, just left field, you know what I'm saying, when people want to act too passionately about things that they may not even be sure of, and try to go off on faith-like base type shit or whatever like that, they're going to feel like the right thing to do is to think about it and communicate about it. But see, Jupiter and Mercury make good oppositions. Oppositions and conjunctions both could be bad and good. It just depends on what actual planets is actually conjuncting, or what actual oppositions are actually conjuncting. For an example, if the Sun and Mars are conjuncting, that'd be a good thing. You know what I'm saying? That'd be a good thing. If the Sun and Saturn is conjuncting, that'd be a bad thing. You see what I'm saying? And then you could do that with each and every other planet, just to know how the planets work. Know how the planets' energies are, and just put them together, and you will know that a conjunction will work depending on what planet it is and what oppositions could work. Mercury and Jupiter is a bad conjunction, but a good opposition. You know what I'm saying? So if you have them opposing each other, that's a good thing, because you're able to, it's a better give and receive match, because you're going to have no choice but the experience in your life. But when you're going through these experiences, you're going to be analyzing and thinking about them at the same time. See, when it's a conjunction, this plays the know-it-all. When a person has a Mercury and Jupiter conjunction, these people come across like they know it all, because they're experiencing life and learning life at the same time, thinking and communicating about it. Yap. So that'd be a bad when Jupiter and Mercury come together. So you see what I'm trying to say? Like, so yeah, that's the motherfucking basic Gemini archetype though. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I'm saying? Don't talk too fast. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people can't catch up. Don't manipulate too many people. And for the people who y'all can't get past, you know what I'm saying? Don't get too introverted around them. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to build with them. You know what I'm saying? Flight boss, bitch. You know, for sure. Goddamn air.